Hello, Nick Anderson here, editorial cartoonist with the fake news media. Let me make sure that, the audio is working. And I am working on a cartoon right now on Trump Summit with Putin. And I have Putin as Pennywise from It. Now you'll notice this is a different aspect ratio than usual. It's vertical, which I thought just worked better. And I've been in the habit of drawing the same proportion I used to when I worked for a newspaper, but now that I'm on my own, I've just suddenly realized, hey, I don't have to keep drawing the same way every day, the same aspect ratio. And with people using their phones to see most media today, I'm thinking vertical may be the way to go. Maybe not every day. I may start experimenting with it more. But right now, I'm just going to start painting away. I really like this particular metaphor. I'm just back from vacation, by the way. Sometimes it's hard to shake the dust off after a vacation, but I got inspired by the news of the day. This summit, this ridiculous summit, with Trump giving away our country to the Russian authoritarian. Refused to confront him on election meddling, which I find to be borderline treasonous. He is Putin's puppet, in my opinion. So, Pennywise has white makeup on, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to make Pennywise Putin, in this case, with a white face. Looks more villainous. Got real heavy, dark shadows under his eyes. Both Pennywise and Putin. So, trying to make someone look kind of sinister. Heavy shadows are preferable. Change my paper so it's a little smoother. I don't know if I like that or not. Problem is, with all this texture, it can look a little strange. I like a little bit of that. I'm going to go back to the texture. Now I'm going to take the texture away because I don't want to be too overpowering with it as I double up on my shadows. you imagine if a Democrat was meeting Putin like this and praising him, praising Putin, not confronting him on his election meddling? Can you imagine? There would be hearings and impeachment hearings. It would be the biggest scandal ever. But with the Republicans controlling Congress, it's nothing. They have lost all sense of principle. Reagan would be rolling over in his grave. He probably is. So the challenge with this cartoon is blending Pennywise's look with Putin's look. It has to look like Putin, but it has to look like Pennywise. So, hopefully I pulled that off. The frustrating thing in a situation like this is I have to get it done quickly. My deadline is 2 o'clock today. A little earlier than usual, and I don't really have time to sit back and look at it, which is what I generally like to do, because tomorrow I may look at it and go, oh, that doesn't look anything like Putin. It really helps to come back with fresh eyes and take a look, but you don't always have that luxury when you're working on deadline. So you have to just do the best you can and hope for the best. And just live with your mistakes and try to get better over time. Alright, I'm going to add some white highlights. Whoops. Especially up here where his hair is real thin. Erase some of the mistakes, so to speak. I'm liking how this is shaping up. I feel like I need a little bit more shadow here. Shadow from the balloon. It's loud out there. Someone's vacuuming. Hopefully you can't hear that. All right. I had another idea, but I just didn't like it all that much, so I kept pushing for something better, and I'm glad I did. I like this way better than my initial idea. I may still use my initial idea later this week maybe, but it just wasn't strong enough for the summit day. Checking my text messages. Alright, so I need a little shadow under here. Let me just answer this real quickly. going very fast. Largely because this one is easier to color than most. It's a lot less complex. This is all going to be white, because that is the, let me check my reference material. His outfit is white. The only thing not white is his hair and his makeup. Oh, he's got some red under the eyes. I'm going to add that. That's pretty good. Whoops, too. Oh, I like that. Alright. So, let me check my reference material again. Boy, that is nasty. Alright. A lot of dark shadows. Depending on... blew that up too big, accidentally. Whoops. Hair sticks out too much over here. I'll probably have to fix that in Photoshop, if I remember. Alright. And I'm going to go back and get a little texture here. Alright, I think that's probably enough. Although I want to define this a little bit more in here. So I'm going to add a little shadow under the whatever you call that thing around his neck. That'll help define this a little bit more. Alright, I'm reasonably happy with that. And lighter. Okay, I can live with that. Now on to Trump. I'll go back to my reference material. Yellow hair. Okay, I'm going to take away the texture because I'm not liking it on the balloon. So the balloon is going to lack complexity that you have down here because this balloon doesn't have a whole lot of color complexity to it. Lighter shade of yellow in here. Go back and fix this. All right. Now, what color? That's pretty dark. And a lighter shade for the lips, a little bit. Alright, as you can see, I'm pretty messy, and I go back and fix stuff afterwards. It's just, I find it's just faster that way. Alright, what color do we have now? Same color for the eyebrows, that yellow. Close enough. Alright. And kind of a light flesh tone around the eyes. And the nose. Alright, rather than film this whole thing, I'm just going to call it there and check back later to see the final result. I'll post a link under the YouTube video and you can see the final cartoon. Thank you all for tuning in.